So what's the best AI tool for software testers in 2025? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why GitHub Copilot might just replace you. We're going to build a full web app, write unit tests, hit 100% code coverage, and generate Playwright tests, all using Copilot. But here's the twist. I'm not writing a line of code at all. In fact, I'm going to do it all with my voice. Copilot's going to do all the heavy lifting. But keep in mind, no matter all the AI stuff that's going on, you've got to know the basics. And you can get a lot of those basics, like 20 years of my experience distilled in from my free guide, top 5 test automation best practices. When you're jumping into this Copilot stuff, like the tips in there will really help you out. Download it below, it's in the description. All right, so let's kick this off with a prompt. I asked Copilot to build me a simple to-do list web app in React. Let's see what it did. Okay, here we go. I am going to attempt to create a web app, a React app, and unit test it, and do a functional test with Playwright. All doing this solely with GitHub Copilot. I will try not to touch any code at all and just make this happen via Copilot. Let's get started. First, I am going to create this project, create a directory to start everything in. So let me call it to-do list Copilot. cd to-do list Copilot. And let's get Visual Studio Code going. First thing I am going to do is get GitHub chat going. And let's make this so y'all can see this chat. Let's make sure it's in agent mode. Cool. Oh, it's in Claude Sonnet 4 mode. Should I keep it there? Sure, let's keep it Claude Sonnet. Been using just regular ChatGPT, but let's also bump up the size of everything so you all can see what's happening as I do it. Might need to bump it up again. I think this looks good so far. And I am also going to use voice chat because this is a recorded video. All right, I'm going to create this React app. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible because this is a YouTube video. I'm not trying. It needs to end sometime because I only have a couple days to record this. But let's see if we can get a to-do app going in React. I have a lot of confidence that Copilot can do this because to-do list apps for React are all over the internet. It's like the first project any React coder makes. So let's see what GitHub Copilot with Claude Sonnet 4 does. Can you make... What was that? All right, try that again. This voice recorder is... it's a little touchy. It wants to end quickly. All right, let's see if get this going in. Can you make a React app, a very simple React app, and wow, stop. This is like going overboard. All right. I'd like to make a simple React app. If you could make a to-do list, I would appreciate that. Oops. Oh, it figured it out. Nice. Oh, it's telling me everything it's going to do. I don't care what it's going to do. Let's just hit continue and just follow all the prompts it's given me. Let's not overthink anything it's doing. I like this little, it does a little Copilot shell for you. I like that because you get to see everything that's going on in this shell. That's cool. All right, npm install, of course. Wait a minute. I'm going to ask it. Before we do an npm install, shouldn't we do like a... Actually, never mind. Cancel. Cancel. I think it's actually doing the right thing by doing this. I wanted to do like an npm init-y, but I think this create does all of that good stuff, so I don't need to do that. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. Oh, it's giving me a bunch of prompts over here. I was not watching. Move existing. Current directory is not empty. What is the current directory? It has all this good stuff. Move files, existing files, and continue. Why not? Do it. Go ahead, install the dependencies. Cool, got node modules. Nice. Oh, it's still going. Love this agent mode right here. This is how I set it. I discovered I had to set it to agent mode, and then it does a lot of this cool stuff. Had it in ask mode before, and it like wasn't as cool as this. So I really enjoy it in agent mode. Haven't tried edit mode yet. I don't know, whatever you're... I could review the code. I am not going to review the code for this video. I'm just going to trust that it's doing the right thing and have it generate an app and then just tell it what I want the app to look like. Still going, still going. I think there's going to be a lot of cutting and editing for this video. Doing styling, all right. Didn't ask me what type of styling framework I wanted, but that's cool. Just let it do its thing. Fixing its own mistakes, that's cool. Like, do I even need to be here? I did this I just started this just to test it out. And I did it with GPT-4, and we did it a lot faster than this. So I don't know. Claude is doing some extra stuff. Start development server with command npm run dev. Sure. Yeah, do that. And, oh, wow, already there to run dev. Cool. Got the app. Let me... Whoops. Ooh, looky there. All right, so we got the development server running in the background. So this app, cool. Just rearrange the windows here. And let's keep it. Let's check this app out. Let's see what's happening here. This is already looking better than it did when I did it with GPT-4. So let me see what's happening. Let's see. Feed the dog. Ooh, it's now if I click this, what happens? Oh, has it been completed? What if I do another make breakfast, exercise, do nothing. Cool. So if I click exercise, what happens? Oh, it just keeps it right there. You can't really move them about. It doesn't organize these. I don't like that. All right, but what if I hit delete? Cool. Getting 2, total 2. Okay. So I'd like it so I can Actually, I don't want it to. I always want, whenever time I complete it, I want the completed stuff to go to the bottom. Cool, so let me ask it if it can do that. Can you make items that are completed all grouped together at the bottom? Make sure that the top part is just showing undone items. Oh, cool. Well, that's nice. I love the cute little summary it gives here. All right, so let's see what we have here. I'll keep this code. All right, it already looks better. The completed is at the bottom. If I check this, boom, we got 2 completed. If I delete them all, got no to-dos. And awesome. Let me add some more to-dos. Use Copilot to make app. Test this app. Go to bed. And click the middle one. Cool. It's completed. Boom, boom. Now you uncheck them. Boom. Oh yeah, and it takes them back. Nice. And one last thing, I would like to be able to drag and drop these around. So let me see if Copilot will let me do that. For the to-do items, not the completed ones, I'd like to be able to drag and drop the items around in the list so I can set them in the order that I want. All right, so the thing about waiting for this is like, you get excited. You're like, oh, is it going to work? Or is it not going to work? You never know. Because sometimes it does like a bunch of cool stuff in a row, and then it gets stuck on the tiniest, silliest thing. Yeah, Claude is a lot more vocal than GPT. Uncompleted to do, click and drag the word to order it. Just list automatic update to new order. All right. Oh, and it gives me the technical details. Uses HTML5 drag and drop API for smooth performance. Cool. All right, let's see what happens here. All right. Shave cat. Become vampire. He's the poltergeist. Oh, so I guess these little things are the little draggy droppies. All right, so. Oh. Cool. Oh, look at that. Nice. And this one doesn't drag and drop. This one does. Can I just drag into completed? No. All right, I think this is good enough. This is an app. You can drag and drop things. You can have a whole completed section there. I think this is a decent to-do list app, and it did not take me long at all. All right, so the next thing we need to do after this is start adding in unit tests. But before I do that, the very, very important thing that I've learned with using this stuff is to make sure that you are saving things as you go. Once you have something in a working state when you're using GitHub Copilot, make sure you do a git commit and save it. So you can go back in time, or if you completely ruin what you're doing, then you can go back to it. So where is a good, I'll just see if Copilot themselves can do it. Can you initialize git? Rename it to main. Cool. Git.add. Nice. lot better than the commit message than I would have made. Cool. Nice. Awesome. And do a little git log over here. Nice. There it is. Git log, was it -- one line? Perfect. And yeah, you definitely want to stay on top of just doing this, because if you get into a bad situation, you just want to be able to roll back, because Copilot can go a little bit wild when it makes a mistake. The AI can do a whole bunch of stuff, and you can just keep going, keep asking questions, and realize you lost a working app. So kind of like those video games where you always have to save often. I don't know if you played like Skyrim or whatever, but you always want to be saving. Always want to be saving, because you never know when the app is going to completely destroy you. Or sorry, Copilot is going to completely destroy you. But this is perfect. I'm going to move on to the next section of this, which is unit testing. Pretty cool, right? Just a few prompts and we have a working app. A simple one, but still. But the real question is, can it test the code it just wrote? Let's see. But before we move on, if you ever struggled writing tests for features that devs coded without testability in mind, you'll love the strategies in my free PDF, Top 5 Test Automation Best Practices. It's linked in the description below. Okay, this next part just amazed me. The thing that blows my mind is the prompt I used that made Copilot write the unit test. Seriously, look at what I wrote and what Copilot did after what I wrote. Now we want to take this to-do list app and add unit tests. I think I would like it to use Jest, and I want to see if it by itself it just starts adding in the Jest or the React testing library. I'm going to check this out. So my goal here is to have 100% code coverage of everything under the source directory, except for this SVG file. So everything under here is going to be covered. I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try creating a new chat, because this is a new mindset. Like this chat, this is just me guessing, but I think this chat was engineered to be the developer. So I want to start another chat to be the unit tester. And I am going to instruct it like that. You are the best unit tester in the universe. Wow, it's already doing everything for me. It is. It's going right for Jest and React testing library. Perfect. Let's see, what is it going to do here? It's going to install. Oh, Vitest. I am not familiar with. All the testing libraries. JS DOM. Cool. Let's do this. Sure. You know, I didn't even ask it to unit test anything. This is awesome. Seriously, just told it was the best unit tester in the universe, and it just started going crazy. All right, guys, I've barely touched the keyboard. I clicked around with my mouse, but I've barely done anything with my keyboard here. I'm even using voice control through Visual Studio, so. Can you imagine that? Like, just walking around and coding. You just get this chat agent going on your phone, and you just walk around, and you just chat at it what you want the app to be, and that'd be a little bit wild. Sure, that that future is right around the corner. I hope it's not stuck right here. Oh, it's really creating a lot of comprehensive set of unit tests. That's why it's taking so long. Oh, I did tell it it's the best unit tester in the universe, so maybe it's going to go crazy now. That'd be awesome if it also had an audio mode to tell me what it was doing as it's doing that. I think it'd make a more interesting video than just trying to read off the screen here. Hopefully y'all can read all this. I'm sure you can. I'm sure y'all know how to bump up, zoom in if you need to. A performance test file? What is that? Now I'm curious. A performance test file. Why would you need a performance test file for a to-do list? All right, I think my prompt of saying it's the best one in the universe might have made it go overboard. I'm really surprised it just went through all this stuff without asking me anything. But at the same time, it's unit testing. Unit testing isn't really anything crazy original that you would need my input. You just make unit tests. All right, let's see here. 10 p.m. All right, let's run the tests. Oh. Ah, we got a failure. Nice. Whole bunch of failures. All right, I think it might be waiting for me to hit quit. There we go. Yeah. All right. Wow, it's already going through and addressing all the. Wow, that is so cool. When I've done this in the past, I had to like keep copying and pasting the messages back and forth, but it's in agent mode. It's just, I think in ask mode, it would, like right here, if you change this to ask mode, like it wouldn't do all of this stuff. You'd have to copy the errors. What were the errors anyway? Screen get all by role button. Yeah, what I used to do was I just go up there, I'd find the error, I would copy the error, and then paste it back in down here, and then it would try to solve it in ask mode. But this is just doing it, so. Oh, 32, is it going to? Oh, we got a failure, we got a failure. Okay, we got one failure. All right, here we go. Fingers crossed. Are we going to get to 100%? Nice! Oh, this is so much fun. I'm just reading this. I'm kind of awestruck at like how well everything. Oh my god, look at all the stuff it did. But I like that. It did this just because I prompted it at the very beginning. I gave it the, whoops, don't do that. Ooh. Everything's going crazy now. What's happening? All right. I love that at the very ending, just very beginning, giving it the prompt of you are the best unit tester in the universe. That set the stage for it to do its whole thing here. And created test documentation tool. That is pretty wild. Very, very wild. Yes, I am totally going to keep all this stuff. And can you do a git commit for all this for me? Yeah. Cool. What are all these tests? Wow, I did a lot of tests. All right, so it's summarizing the tests. All the documentation here, that's going by too quick. What is all this? Oh. Wow, look at this. That's one thing we never do is write documentation. This is pretty. I don't know what all this is, but it's telling me the functional error, input validation, CRUD, edge cases. Wow. All right, so what I want is not only the unit tests, I want 100% code coverage. So on the next section, the next video, what we're going to do is get these unit tests up to 100% code coverage. But man, let me just run these again really quick. Was it npm run test? Is that how I do it? npm run test. Run test once. Run test with UI. Oh, what? npm run test UI. What is this? npm run test UI. I'm going to run this. Oh my god, if it will let me. I honestly don't know what npm run test UI means. Why can't I copy and paste? Am I in copy? I don't know how to type anymore. Everything is, the world is completely, all right, I know why I can't type is because I keep switching back and forth between Mac and Linux, and the keyboard's shortcuts are different. All right, npm. Control Shift V. npm run test UI. What is that? Sure. Oh, what is this on the side? Oh, it's just a UI for the test runner. Well, that's cute. Never seen that before. Oh, cool. All right, I am extremely impressed. Look at all this. Performance tests, everything else. Wow. Okay, so this is awesome. So not only did now we have a baseline for this app that's working, and we have all the unit tests for it, and it took a little bit. It took a few minutes, but I mean, imagine doing all of this yourself, writing 51 tests and an app, and I've done this in like under an hour. Wow, this is amazing. All right, quit and get rid of this vi-test thing. Wow, that is so cool. All right. Before we go on, I actually, so the next step for the unit tests is doing 100% code coverage. I don't know if we'll get there, but we'll see how close we can get to 100% code coverage. We could already be there. So the next section of this might be extremely short. So I'll see you in the next section. Unit test heaven. We got 50-some tests all passing. But what does that mean? What did it test? Let's push a little further and see what happens. All right, let's push for 100% coverage. How much did those initial tests cover? Can we even get to 100% using Copilot? Let's find out. Okay, so this did some amazing stuff in the last session with generating all these freaking tests. But now, let's get these unit tests and see how much code coverage we currently have and see if we can get this code coverage up to 100% for this app. It's a simple app, should be doable, but let's see what happens. It could already be at 100%, so this section could be pretty short. But let's get a good old GPT involved here. Hey GPT, could you add code coverage to all of this? I don't see any code coverage numbers. I would like to see code coverage for everything under the source directory. Okay. Vitest has Vitest, I don't know how to pronounce that. Has its own thing. I'm just gonna hit OK. Cool. I've never used this before. Always setting up code coverage is always so painful, especially if you had TypeScript. We don't have TypeScript on here because I didn't want to put myself through any torture setting up TypeScript. But yeah, setting up coverage and then, oh look, it's already doing the excludes. Index main app.css. Oh, weird. Okay. Exclude. Why is it? Oh, it's excluding tests right there. Okay, so it's including everything. Then goes down here and excludes the tests. Cool. And the main.jsx index. Yeah, these things are things we don't really care about. Cool. All right, well, let me keep all this stuff. I'll just keep. And let's try it out. Okay, okay, come on. Getting up there to the 50 tests. Oh, all right, this is... Great, more detailed coverage report. All right, I'm going to see what it says first, and then we'll read what's going on here. Oh, it's looking at some edge cases, because it looks like it didn't find 100% here, so... Wow, it's actually going through and correcting the missing coverage. I was going to ask that to do it next, but it's like just doing it. Oh, and it's covering drag and drop scenarios. Nice. Oh, that is very cool. I am very impressed with this. Let's see. What do we got down here? We got pretty damn good coverage. This is it. This is all it didn't have covered in this app. So that's very impressive that these unit tests it created were already at 95%. I can tell you most companies I work at struggle to get to 80% code coverage. So, and I always think that's dumb because it just means that people aren't really putting in that much effort into code coverage, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of things that are not feasible to test and have in code coverage, but just exclude those files. You should exclude the things that you shouldn't have to test or you are not planning on testing, and then see what your code coverage is. But I mean, this is already really good. So I'm curious if it can get up to 100%. Oh, wait a minute. It keeps finding stuff. I'm just like ignoring it, and it's like doing a whole bunch of stuff. It's like, do I even need to be here? Oh, all right. So it did a whole bunch of stuff. It looks like a file got corrupted. Wow, weird. Okay. That's interesting. All right, I'm curious now. What happened? Okay, okay. Let's see what these test results are. Ooh. This is like drama with itself. How did it corrupt a file? See, this is why you also need to you save or like do git commits frequently, because it's just corrupting itself right now. I didn't do it. But did it recover? Oh yeah, it did. It's going. It's going. Let's see what happens here. More tests have been added. Whoa, check that out. 97%. It's climbing up. Oh, okay. So it thinks it's done at 97.77%. I wonder if it can get that last 2 point something percent coverage. We'll goat it. We'll see if we can get there. We're so close. I wonder if it can show us what is not covered, because I'm curious what isn't covered. Continue. Keep going. Sure. Open up an untrusted web page. I'm sure you won't completely screw me over. Exceeds 90% threshold. So it thinks 90% is... All right. Industry standards right here. It's saying excellent is 90%. Your project 97.77. 2.223. Let's see. Uncovered lines are edge cache protections. I don't know what that means. Defensive edge case handling in drag and drop. Oh, so it's telling me what it couldn't cover right here. Oh. So the purpose is this. This is good defensive programming. I wonder if it could still cover it. Oh, well, first I want it to show me the code. Please reopen the preview here. Let's see. Boink. Oh, I just opened this in a different browser. Maybe their browser isn't working, but let's see here. Oh, cool. All right, so I think if we can click in, cool, it created the HTML report, which is something I always have to configure every single code coverage thing to do for me. This just did it. So let's see what's not covered. All right, set dragged item to null and return. So this is it. This is just a little tiny line right here. Anything else? No. Oh man, you can't just leave that and say, hey, no, we've tested enough. It should be able to do this. This is very easily. All right, we got to get to 100% here. Let's keep it. Let me take my own advice and make sure, because it's usually sometimes this last 2%, that's where things go completely wonky. So let's do a git commit, or let's have them do this. Let's have Claude do this for us. Can you do a git commit for me? Okay. Do the git.add. I don't even know if this has saved me time. I usually type this stuff up pretty quick, but I'm just amused at letting it do it for me. Especially, I do like what it does with the git commit right here. It usually gives a very good. Oh wow, look at this git commit message. That is way better than anything I would ever type in my lifetime. It's a little bit overkill for a git commit message, but I'll go with it. Okay, cool. All right, you don't need to tell me everything in the universe. You're a bit verbose there, Claude. I don't need explanations of why you committed this. All right. All right, shut up. Stop. Okay, let's try this last bit. I would like you to get to 100% code coverage. Can you do this? Fingers crossed. I'm hoping you can. Good old GitHub Copilot. I think you can do this. Yeah, run that shit again. Do it. I tell you, I am completely amused by all of this. Like, I'm just sitting back and watching someone else do my job. All right, what do we got here? Cool. It did that. Now it knows the coverage it has. 97.77. Yeah, doing drag and drop in unit test. I'm not quite sure how that would work. Because you have the React testing library that lets you interact with the DOM. So I'm curious if that's what it did. I'm actually probably going to look at what code it added here. See, I tried this before with just the GPT model. Right now, the Claude is what I'm using. I tried this before with the GPT-4o model, and man, it's a lot of iterations going back and forth. And this agent right here was set into ask mode. So I'm I'm at a loss for words for everything it's doing right now. This is very cool. This is stuff that like takes me like every time I go to set up code coverage for a project, it always takes me forever. And trying to get up to that 100%. This is very satisfying to see someone else doing this. This is grunt work. This is not enjoyable testing. This is the grind of trying to get 100%. See, it's going through a lot of issues trying to make this work. It just deleted everything from the app. Okay. Nope. It did not get there. Ah, yeah. This is a good one. This is where we have to... Oh, it's going to create a more sophisticated test that properly simulates the state change. This is only 2 lines of code that I'm trying to unit test here. Oh, this is interesting. So what is it trying to do? Handle drag start to set the dragged item state and then call handle drop. Yeah, do that. Handle this stuff. This might be better for an end-to-end test to do these types of things, but I mean, it should be doable in unit test. Everything should be doable in unit test. You should be able to mock out whatever you need to test. So I am kind of want to dig over this code here to see. We hit it. We hit. This is when AI stops performing well. It's usually these little cases right here where you think it's going to do the right thing. It's like, it's not stopping though. That's the thing that gets me with how the Claude Sonnet agent mode works here. Just continuing. I like that it has this pause here because you can get to the point where you're like, okay, you're never going to get there. All right, if it doesn't get it after this, then we're going to have to call it good. But this is a good example of how you'll probably have to use your experience as a tester to go in, look at the code, and figure out that last 2%. Because it is having problems. And when it's having problems, it makes you wonder, does the drag and drop code itself have problems? Oh, what is all this? This suggests that the code might be unreachable as currently written? Huh. It says it's missing drag hint. Did I just find a bug by trying to do this? Huh. Completed to-do should now be draggable, but not reorderable. Reorderable, that's weird. Okay. Huh, I didn't even think about the completed ones being draggable at all. That's not really what we specified. So I'm curious, is it, hopefully it's not trying to change the actual app. It did it. I didn't think it would do it. Whoa. So cool. Yeah, check it. Do it. Wow, it did it. I was not having hope it would get to this last, get to 100%. Oh man, look at that, 100%. I can't even get 100% in my video games and all the... But now it says the completed to-dos can now be dragged. So what did it change? All right, so keep this. But let's do a little git diff here. Or let's see, maybe minimize this. What changed? Kind of curious. Source control. See if it gives us the diffs right here. So this is the app.jss. So it actually did change the app. So we got to 100%, but it had to change the app to do it. And to do that, it had to make the completed items draggable. So now I'm curious how those act. All right, let me look in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The dink and dink. Cool. That is weird. That's how it changed it to make it 100%. I mean, I guess that kind of works because they're completed. You shouldn't drag them, but I kind of feel now that if you can drag them, you should be able to move them back into the to-do list. You know what? And that's something you would add as another feature, then you would update the test, add another feature, update the test, and keep iterating. But I think I'm happy with this as it is. I mean, you got the 100%. You could, and for demonstration purposes, you can see now we're in a good spot that it's in a good working state. We have 100% code coverage, and we just need to keep it at 100% code coverage as we go. So, man, I am so impressed with this. There it is, 100% code coverage. Ha. Now let's get ready to move on to the next one. Let's see if we can get it to write a good set of end-to-end tests. I am very curious what it's going to do. I wonder if it's going to set. I wonder if it's going to find any bugs. I'm curious. So the next one, end-to-end tests with Playwright, is what I'm going to attempt. Woohoo! 100%! That's amazing! I was sure I'd have to intervene or do something, but Copilot nailed it. Let's try for more complex testing. What happens when we try to do some end-to-end testing? Okay, so we saw it handle unit tests, but how do you think it's going to do with real-world UI testing? Again, check out the prompt I gave it. Would you have expected just from the prompt I gave it that all of this would have happened? Or just check out the video. Now let's see if we can get Playwright working here and get a good set of end-to-end tests. It did the unit test all by itself. I did absolutely nothing, and it's at 100% code coverage. I think I'm curious now to see what's going to happen. So let's. I'm going to start a brand new chat, and what I like to do when I start a brand new chat with AI is give it context, tell it who it is, what it's doing, and make it something. So like if I wanted to be an air pilot, I would or do something with a plane. I'm like, hey, you are the master air pilot. You are, or something like that. Just tell it what it is, and then it sets itself like, okay, this is what I am. This is what I'm doing. And it's just my theory that you have to have multiple AIs really doing different jobs and being very specific about what job they're doing. So enough talking. Let's see if we can get this working. Let's see, what am I going to say? I think I know. All right. You are an expert software test automator, especially when it comes to Playwright. All right. Help you set up. Yeah, set this up for me. All right. Was it due? See, you have Vitest set up for unit testing, but no Playwright. Cool. Let me set this stuff up. Boink. Ooh, yeah. The Playwright install. It always asks a whole bunch of questions, if I recall. My OS is not sufficiently supported by Playwright. It's the Pop OS. Come on. I hopefully will be fine. I'm using Pop OS because some other AI told me it was great for gaming. So I did that. All right. Back on target here. Missing dependencies. Oh, did it? Cool. There's some errors right here. Oh, there were some errors and it caught it. Cool. Oh, my password. Don't look. NPX isn't found. What? Come on. Sure. Why wasn't NPX found? That should just be built in. If you have NPM, you have, oh no, NPX is here. Worked right here. That's bizarre. Okay. Okay. I don't know what it's doing. It's missing. Yeah, there's always these random libraries on Linux it always needs. This is good to know too, because usually when you're testing, it's always a Linux type of VM that you're using. So there's always all these libs that you need to have installed to get things working right. Because usually you're developing on Mac and then, or you're developing on Windows, and then you go to like actually get it running on a VM, and the VM is Linux. So I'm glad this is doing that stuff for me, because I always have to look on like every single like forum to get all the different libraries I need to install. So it's doing it for me. Oh, that's so good. Create the ETE. Cool. Got the config going. Oh, wow. All right. I want you to test. What do I do? Just goes to the base page and it's getting all these guys. It's just doing some basic, yeah, it even says basic functionality. It's just checking that everything's there. And get by role, click. I like it makes everything readable as well. There's a lot of testers I've worked with who cannot type out a freaking sentence to save their damn lives. Oh, that's a good test right there. I'm just wondering if it's going to do any type of like edge cases. Like, what if it adds like 1 million items or whatnot? I love how it's just doing all this stuff and I'm just sitting back and doing nothing. Like, it makes me think if I can take this, I kind of want to take this to my tests at work and say, hey, add missing tests. But this is an extremely simple app. So it should be able to do a very good job at testing it. I think it would probably require a lot more work for a much more complicated app. Maybe in a future video, I can go through and see if there's like some GitHub project I can download that's a lot more complicated, like has a bunch of back-end stuff, does a whole bunch of, has a much more complicated set of, sorry, I'm reading now, so I got distracted. Utility file, man, it is doing my job for me. Maybe I actually should be worried about this taking my job. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Because here, this has access to all the source code as well, and it knows that it's the one that created all this stuff. I know at my job, like there's so many repositories, and you don't have it in the one project. Actually, our test code's in a different repository, so the test code doesn't have anything else included from the main code. Oh crap, I forgot to do a, did I do a git commit? Yeah, I did. I did a git commit. I think I did. The 100% level? Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Oh, I shouldn't have overwritten this without doing the git commit. All right, hopefully it's not ruining any of those 100% code coverage that we added. I thought this was going to be a little bit more of an entertaining video with me going in and having to fix things and harass the AI a lot, because that's what I've had to do in the past, but this is just harassing itself. But yeah, like the stuff I work on at work, Cisco, it's going, there's a lot of moving parts, and there's a lot of legacy code. It was also a merger with a different company, so the stuff I'm working on, Cisco merged with Meraki, and so there's all, and also throw into that it's like a UI, but it's also interfacing with a lot of Cisco switches and wireless stuff, and so there's a lot of things that have to happen on the switch itself, which I'm not sure how well this stuff would do. Like the AI would just go and do things. But let me shut up about what I have no idea what AI will do and work on this instead. NPX Playwright. All right, so it's going to just run the one test. Cool. Let's see. Fingers crossed, everyone. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? All right, let me. Oh, oh, it all passed. Oh, and it added accessibility test? Nice. Ah, and it failed? Oh, and it just opened up this other page right here. Oh, it's actually finding bugs. So it doesn't have the page title set up? Nice. So is it going to try to automatically fix itself? All right, what's happening here? What's happening here? Oh, I got to quit. I did this and I looked at the failing test. All right, let me quit out of here. And Control C. Are you fixing the test or is it actually a bug with the app? This is where I'm like, is it doing the right thing or not? I don't know. It's writing so much code. Doing a code review of all this? Can you imagine that? The amount of code it just crapped out, and you have to do a code review of it to see it's doing the right thing? That's impossible. There's no way. You'd just be spending your life doing code reviews of what the AI has done. There's no way you can keep up with it. Brings up some interesting things. How do you verify the AI is doing the right thing? I mean, I'm adding tests here, so at least the tests should be consistent with themselves. All right, let's try it again. Wow, this is amazing stuff. It's really making me think differently about how to approach a lot of this testing. All right, so just brought this up again. We got one more failure. So it's timed out, waiting for delete button. Was inactive and interesting. All right, let me Control C to do that again. I like how it's letting me check out those failures first before moving on. Yeah, continue to iterate. This is amazing. I know this probably isn't very good video, YouTube video for you. There's no one getting dunked in water or pranks being played on anyone, but I am having a blast. Oh, hit another error. Gives me the little UI again. Great. Complex to-do scenarios. I have no idea what a complex to-do scenario is. I like the little screenshot. What did it not do? I really don't know. I'm trying to see, expect to be visible, waiting for completed task. So it did something, and I was waiting for it to be visible. And it didn't happen. Visible, so something wasn't visible. To the selector specificity and performance thresholds. Performance thresholds? It's a simple to-do app. What performance thresholds do we have? Oh my god, what? Why is it? It's doing GitHub Actions. Oh, that's why it was asking me for GitHub Actions. What? I did not ask it to do any of this. And it's assuming I would use GitHub, but what if I'm not? That's kind of strange that it's just assuming GitHub. And it's also kind of cool. But all I did was one prompt, and all I did was tell it was a good at good at Playwright. That's all I told it, and it did all this. It just went off on its own. Okay, let's do this. I think we're almost there. Oh, it found something. On touch devices. Whoa, what? Really? So it's even testing. Wow. I wouldn't have written that test. For the desktop version? No, I would not have written a test for the... Did it get it? Oh, wow. I was, honestly, I am truly blown away by everything that this has done. Again, luckily, this is an extremely simple app. So, but even that, just writing all the test cases for even a simple app like this, you can actually consider this like just a feature that's coming out in your sprint. So that's, I feel like basically this has been a sprint's worth of work right here to get this app up and going. Like one developer, one tester. I feel confident saying that if you did not use AI, that this would definitely be like, I wouldn't do more than this in a sprint. I am just blown away. We just saw it. I'll do another git commit. Can you do a git commit for this? I also really like this little voice feature. At first, I did it just for this video, but I might do this all the time. My wife in the next room might not enjoy it, but I love this little voice feature. I'm curious to like do the GitHub thing and actually get it all uploaded to GitHub and do the GitHub actions and seeing what's happening. But I'm not going to do that. This video was all about just getting to this point, and it did it. Wow. And I love all the very verbose summary. I kind of love and hate this. Gets to a point where I'm like, just shut up. But man, that is very cool. But I guess the real thing about a tester should be able to break it. Can this break your app? Can you get AI to break it? You know, I'm not going to try that in this video. I think this is a perfect place to stop for this video, but I am curious for future. If I then started a new session here and said, hey, you are a very evil manual tester who's very good at their job, break this app. Break it in any way you can. Make it not work right. I wonder what it would do. Because that's more of an open-ended question. Huh. But there you go. I'm gonna quit gushing because, man, I am gobsmacked. I never use that term, but I am definitely gobsmacked right now. All right, back to my talking head. This was fun. I mean, seriously, that's amazing stuff. Can you imagine fully writing and testing your app without even touching the keyboard? And it didn't take that long. I mean, I know my manager would be through the freaking roof if I just popped out a full test suite in a sprint, or a full test suite in a day. Actually, this took it like even less than an hour. So here's what we saw today. Copilot wrote the app, then it wrote the unit test, and then it got us to 100% code coverage, and finally it built us a full test suite of Playwright tests. That's why I think it's the best AI tool for software testers in 2025. But you don't take my word for it. Try it out. See what it does for you. You know, it does have its quirks for more complicated apps. And actually, you know, despite the title of this video, I think AI is going to change how we test. However, if we learn how to integrate AI into our quality process, we will still have a job. No one knows how to use AI yet. If you know how to integrate a test suite with AI, you're going to be pretty damn employable. And if this helped you at all, make sure to leave a comment and let me know. How are you using Copilot in your testing? Or do you think this is the end of our jobs? Let me know. Do it in the comments. And don't forget to grab the free guide. It's free. Top 5 test automation best practices. Practices? Says top 5. It's a great guide. Just I can't talk anymore, but it's a great guide. Go down there, download it. It'll give you some of the basics that you need to be an amazing software test engineer. And now that you know the best AI tool for software testers in 2025, you might be wondering the secret to automation testing using GitHub Copilot. What is that secret? It all starts by watching this next video. Put it over here by the skateboard. Next video. When you pair what you learned in this video with this next video, way more powerful. Get your Copilot videos together here. All right, take care, everyone. Happy testing.